Hello, everyone. Thank you for being with us here today. We will continue today's program with a very inspiring woman that I'm very honored to present to you today, who is Dr. Nozha Boujemaa. Dr. Nozha is a Global VP AI Innovation and Trust at Decathlon, in charge of GenAI for Customer Experience Innovation Program. She was the Global VP Digital Ethics and Responsible AI for IKEA Retail. Dr. Boujemaa also served as Chief Science and Innovation Officer at Media Technologies, AI for Healthcare Industry. She is co-chair of OECD AI Network of Experts and a member of the Inter-Ministerial AI Expert Committee for the French government. She had co-chaired ethical guidelines for trustworthy AI reports for the European Commission High-Level Experts Group on Artificial Intelligence. And besides, she was member of the World Economic Forum's Steering Committee on Digital Trust. Dr. Boujemaa was previously the director of INRIA Saclay Research Center and the research director heading the Multimedia Retrieval Research Group. She is the founder of the Interdisciplinary AI Institute Dataya. Also, Dr. Boujemaa holds a PhD and an HDR in computer science, and she is a Knight of the French National Order of Merit. So, as I said, very inspiring woman. Thank you for accepting our invitation. You will give us a talk about GenAI powered contextual search for e-commerce. Sorry. Thank you again, and the floor is yours.
Thank you, Sundus, for this introduction. Thank you for the organization for the invitation. I'm happy to be with you today and to share experience and to discuss together about a bit, very specific business domain, which is retail. Nevertheless, retail is also very important and very wide business domain. So let me dig into the content. Shall I share again, maybe?
Yes, please. We can see.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Let me know if it's okay.
Yes, it's fine. We can see clearly. Thank you again.
Okay.
The floor is yours.
Thank you. So, hello everyone. My talk this afternoon is about our innovation program, about how we build innovation and really bring disruption in search, services for our e-commerce, and in fact, to power this search with multi-agentic system generative AI that most importantly take into account the context and do not necessarily use personal information, private information, nevertheless is able to personalization and understand the intent of the consumer. So first, let me tell you about the mission of our team. In Decathlon, we have two sides, twofolds. One is about trusted AI innovation, and it's really important, in fact, to me that to not oppose AI innovation, AI and Gen AI innovation, and at the same time, trust and AI governance. So our mission is to bring this AI and more specifically Gen AI innovation to serve the business in a cross-domain spirit, and also cross collaboration with our multiple stakeholders. It's very interdisciplinary effort and work. And most importantly, it is not blue sky. Of course, it is for our business growth in a sustainable manner. This is together with championing. It's very important, in fact, to me, this aspect of socio-technical AI governance in alignment with international regulatory standards like the European regulation. I mean, soft and hard, regulation like AI Act, or even more similar initiatives which are not really regulatory, but which are more soft policy rather than regulatory. Our purpose is to build this innovation responsible by design, really responsible by design GenAI ecosystem. The purpose again is to drive this our business transformation through scalable GenAI, and again putting a lot of importance to trust dimension. As you know, of course, GenAI. I guess you have talked already about GenAI since the beginning of the conference, but it has a lot of impact, a lot of, when I say impact, meaning impact on transformation in multiple domains. It's very powerful, but, and here I'm quoting, I didn't find this expression elsewhere. So I'm quoting Spider-Man: with great power comes great responsibilities. This is very important, meaning with the powerful tools like GenAI, our responsibility in the deployment of such powerful tools are even greater and more important, meaning we, for such GenAI tools that have to face, our customer online, we should be very careful about all the aspects, as you know, about hallucination, about trustworthy AI dimensions that include, robustness, reproducibility, about transparency, about accountability. We are very careful about the checking all these dimensions to really have a, responsible deployment, because otherwise we are taking two kinds of risk: the reputational, the reputational business risk, okay, for our company, and the other one is, it is compliance also risk. So reputational also and business risk are very much related, because reputational risk has a lot of impact on our business income. So that's why for us, GenAI innovation and deployment goes hand in hand with trust and to ensure the guardrails. And in fact, we are at the same time crash testing our innovation at the same time as building this innovation. So our, objective for the company is to have this readiness in a pre-production way, production-ready use cases, and one of the most impactful, use cases is the search for e-commerce. So that's how our purpose is really to make, this pre-production-ready search to be alive and to be deployed, and I will talk later about our, planning. But of course, to make it happen in a pre-production, way, of course, we need all the foundational aspects to be ready, meaning for, computational AI governance to be there, intelligent data activation to be there, and also, the GenAI architecture. It's very specific one for our search that it's really, let's say, our team who designed this very original architecture to make search happen in a contextual aspect. Okay, so how this ecosystem help us to unlock, this kind of hidden business knowledge? Today, when we perform search on an online, website, most of the time, if it's not the 100% of the time, we use product information, okay, product description most of the time. So, I'm comparing this to the visible part of an iceberg. Product information is at the most from 10 to 20% of the useful information to perform efficient and reliable and contextual search. So our purpose with our GenAI, solution, multi-agentic system solution, is really to activate, the hidden knowledge. In fact, it's like the hidden part of the iceberg that it is not explicit. It is there, but it's not exploited. So the most important dimension for our work is to really make these hidden connections more visible and more, exploitable. For example, not only product description, but also a lot of contextual information. In the case of Decathlon, which is the sports industry, the idea is to have information about the usability of the product from the customer perspective, opinion of customers, sport experience, a lot of other information sources which are available but not exploited for search. So this is really a big added value that allows us to enhance. And if we make it in a smart way, if we exploit it, if we activate it, if we make this smart knowledge activation, and most importantly, in a human-centric design, meaning it's not only buzzword human-centric design. In fact, we have in our team profiles, know-how and skills about AI and machine learning experience designers, meaning to design how the algorithm should interact. They are not, a content designer. It's not a web or interface design. It is more related to the design of algorithm. So human-centric design, we take it in a very serious way from the algorithmic perspective. Okay. Now, I would like to mention one public study of Google, by the way, talking about search abandonment, because at the end of the day, this is exactly what we are tackling, meaning the search abandonment, because it is a problem everywhere in each, for each use case of search. And especially this study was done in the context of retail. So here, when you see the figures here, it's crazy, meaning 2 trillion lost every year in retail globally because of the low quality of search engines, mostly of online search engines, at least talking about search engines facing the customer. And we have 78% of a global online consumer, here the reputational, okay, the reputational risk when the search is bad. So online consumers view brand differently after experiences search difficulty. And most of the time, in fact, we can connect the two. The 3 other. I don't know if you see my pointer. Oh no. Okay, but these 3 bubbles are very much connected. The 3 of them. 82 consumers avoid websites where they experienced search difficulty in the past. Meaning, all the online, all the e-commerce effort are useless, okay, if the consumer avoid. And 99% of consumers, it's incredible, it's very, explicit, this kind of statistics. are most likely to return to a website if it has a good search function. So in terms of increasing number of visits, that will allow to increase the conversation rate, it is incredibly important, in fact, to have a good search function. And yeah, this is a more figure, more specific to US retail website. When the managers of these retail websites have no clear plan for improvement. Okay? So we are tackling really, and I'm very convinced it's a core, topic to enhance e-commerce. So today I'm talking about one example, but it's of course it's not specific to Decathlon. It's for all online search for all e-commerce websites. This is what I told you from the beginning. Also, what comes from the Google study, it is completely international situation of the e-com search. Okay. So, in fact, when we would like to search for, let's say, hiking in the Alps in July, today the online search are not able to answer such queries. Zero results found, even though, for sure, in the product catalog, there are products that are able to answer positively to this query. Now, what our innovation effort is to make our online search be able, in fact, to answer in the right manner to this kind of search and find the best result for the customer. Okay. So just to give you a flavor of what we have done. So, for example, we have, this. Here is in fact, the prototype, which is now currently in a health deployment. So let's say I would like to test this kind of of query, hiking boots for the Netherlands. It's okay. It's real time, so maybe I'm taking risk here. Okay, let me try this one. Best equipment for my hiking trip in the Alps. Okay. So you see, so it is still work in progress, but anyway, we have this kind of results, meaning we are able to understand already natural language, and we are able to do the interpretation of the query, of this kind of query. It's not keyword search only. And not necessarily this information exists in the product description. Nevertheless, we are able to do such. So, for example, here, we have these results. So we have, this kind of waterproof jackets. We have this hiking backpack. So we can see, for example, the different categories that are useful for such, experience, sport experience. And, we can navigate in multiple, let's say, clusters of product that allow us to be, to have a comfortable sport experience. And this is, to me, important, in fact, because our North Star in this effort is to move from product-centric search to sport experience-centric search, which is far more valuable, this kind of search. Okay. So let me, okay, get back. Okay, so very quick, intelligent knowledge management here, which is the knowledge activation, and also how to make it free from hallucination. So we worked quite importantly, on the spot product description, but not only description, but also even more. In fact, here, of course, brand sports, design benefits, season, user rating, we take it into account, shows hate, etc. But we add what are, because at Decathlon we have internal blog, which is about sports advice. So it can also allow us to understand what is the best sport experience, so that our search provides in fact, answer not for a given dedicated product in the query, but to allow the customer to have the best sport experience. In fact, that's why we are very much, committed to, a search for sport experience centric search and not product search, which is really important because we are able to make sales steering, with the cross sell related to a given experience of how to practice my favorite sport in a comfortable way. Okay, so maybe I will not go into detail here. Oh, okay. Very quickly, the kind of health deployment here, but that we have internally, it is a record of life. So that's why it's ongoing work. We are still working on the latency, but in terms of relevance, in terms of contextual search, in fact, it is already there. I mean, main functionality are there as an innovation team. So, but we are still moving also for the latency to make it more, close to real time, which is not that far. But so here, in fact, it's incremental. The user is providing more information, because here it was camping in the Netherlands. Yes, but in fact, not only camping, but I would like to provide more precision. It's winter camping. Okay, so then as you see, we have winter warm, winter cooking. We have a more dedicated product to the context that we put in the query. And here we are still, would like to provide, we are discussing, in fact, it's like with virtual teammate in the store. Now, in fact, I'm asking for beginners typing, apparel. For beginners, what does it mean? So there is, interpretation, meaning most of the time, yeah, for beginners, comfortable and easy to use. Okay, well, I mean, beginners would like to have something easy to use first. And we present it like in terms of clusters, and we can navigate. In fact, it's not a regular, it's not only search with ranking. It is, as I told you, it is in fact a cross-sell search, meaning we have clusters of product that are useful for a given experience of the sport. Okay. Okay. Here we are. It's interesting also to show you our, for our early deployment. In fact, what you can see here for the same query, affordable and eco-friendly saddle clothes for our current UK market, there is no answer, in fact, from the search engine. Nevertheless, the product exists. This is because we were able, remember the iceberg, in fact, metaphor, we were able to exploit the hidden connection and to bring up, to in fact, enhance the recall capacity of the search here. Okay, so our GenAI approach, agentic system GenAI approach, is really here very powerful. At least our intent is really to take over the current search, at least for queries where there are zero results. Here is another also significant, in fact, example where for the same query, we compare what we get from the current, website from UK and our GenAI proof of concept, adjustable foot support shoes for all seasons of tennis. So, in terms of query interpretation, it's not the same at all. We are talking more about shoes, so we get shoes. Okay, so we see a bit. So that's why, in fact, for us, these experiments are very encouraging for us. And when I say contextual search and really efficient GenAI search, it is really, really, we see the impact and the transformative capacity from the business side. Okay. These are few metrics about the accuracy in cluster identification and cluster variability because we make search, but also we make clusters to help for navigation and not to, in fact, navigate through pages and pages, but more to represent on the first page the most important typology of products. Okay. I told you about responsible GenAI, meaning all the teaming that we are performing on our GenAI, innovation solutions, is that we have multiple family of evaluation. Of course, some evaluation that you are more familiar with, crowdedness of product IDs, relevance of product connection, goal alignment, steerability evaluation, data diversity evaluation, the code evaluation, of course, but also value alignment evaluation. In fact, we would like to have this GenAI, in fact, having the tone of voice of the company. It's very important to ensure that it is grounded on Decathlon business, domain. And also, it's important for us that this GenAI that will be exposed in a few months more widely to have a number of properties and cannot be routed to negative intention. So it should be neutral on politics, religion, sexuality, etc. So in fact, these guardrails that in the same time, in fact, we build and we crash test. And we are very careful about all these dimensions. So to sum up, toward the human-centric sport experience-based GenAI, we were able to really get the grounded and relevant experience, a quick deliver, in fact, in terms of user intention, and also about, in terms of facing latency with regards to the complexity of the model. We have a lot of steps to also reduce the complexity to be continued. It is controllable because, through all the evaluation parameters and test bands, we have the control on what's going on. But at the same time, it's very seamless and intuitive to the user, providing a desirable experience for our customers. Okay, so this timeline, the idea is to have A/B tests, in fact, in a few markets early next year. And just a few words to finish. In fact, the GenAI search and all this framework, of course, it is very, very, very obvious in terms of impact on e-commerce, but it can help us and it can be highly useful for in-store applications, helping our teammate with in-store knowledge. Because when our customers are in the store and do not find, their desired, product, our teammates can help them with the application to look after this and this product in other stores or in central, and book, this product to get a direct delivery to to the customer. So it's also useful in store. It's useful for supply chain, for demand sensing. Once we know the usability, of a product, once we know the desirability, how much, users are asking for the same product or for a cup, a, a bundle of product, but also for product design, of course, advanced multimodal capabilities in there. So this is to say that what I mean, let's say the GenAI multi-agentic system is, at the end of the day, a core GenAI product that can be reusable in multiple other use cases than only e-commerce. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. That's it. I hope we are on time.
Thank you. Everything was perfect, I think. Thank you so much, Doctor, for your insightful talk. I think it showed a very good example of how AI can be used in retail to make a better contextual search in e-commerce. So for a better experience for us humans. We have some questions for you from our audience. So the first one that I have for you is that we saw in the beginning that there are a lot of money that can be lost because of using wrongly search engines for e-commerce. So my question, maybe it could be your answer could be for the Decathlon context is how did business leverage Gen AI to gain a competitive edge compared to its competitors, especially since we know that e-commerce is very crowded. There are a lot of enterprises and industry that is interested in e-commerce. So what was the gain?
In fact, for us, the business in store is very important, okay? And our purpose is also to enhance the turnover from online business. I mean, it is still profitable for us to have useful website, okay, that bring and drain, orders and income. Yeah, the purpose is to increase e-commerce income, and especially we think that more and more, the young generations are more, digital oriented and probably less store oriented. Okay, so that's why it is important for not only Decathlon but for all retailers to pay attention to their, to spend more effort on their online business.
Okay, can you just please stop sharing your screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you for your answer. Maybe another more technical question. If you can give us more detail about the architecture that was implemented to build the search engine. It's I know it's a little bit
yeah, probably not. I cannot disclose,
no,
the architecture.
Okay, it's okay. No worries. We understand. I'm just looking at
But
the
it is,
question
in
now.
fact, a very, very rough idea. It represents multiple customer journey, multiple tasks. In fact, we have a specialized Gen AI agent with an orchestrator, so that it is definitely not one model, but multiple. And in fact, we are also very keen to have small models collaborating together to really be bring the most appropriate and the most relevant answer.
Okay, thank you. Another question would be, how do you envision contextual search adapting to new data sources, like what we see in the social media, like trends, or maybe like content that is generated by customers? How do you see this being implemented in your search?
Yeah. In fact, good that you raise it. In fact, it's another contextual data source. All the social media, what we call social listening, in fact, is also another data source because, when the manufacturer, like Decathlon, make a product and in fact make a product for, let's say, for one or two purpose. Okay, this t-shirt is for tennis and for I don't know, for two purposes. Okay, but the life cycle of a product do not stop to the store, because once it is sold to the customer can use it for yet other purposes that are not foreseen by the manufacturer. So social listening allow us to know that this product have multiple other usability, meaning we can be able to give it back for a query for a given customer, knowing that it can be useful also for another kind of sport. And it happened that it is it corresponds to the user intent, even though the product description do not foresee multiple usage. That's why social listening is really very useful. And at the same time, we can know already, that's why I told you it can be also useful for demand sensing, because when we know that, oh, this product in social networks, there are discussion on this product, it's good, it's bad, and oh, I don't find it here, I never can find this product here. In fact, it allows also to have this demand sensing and to really, let's say, balance and harmonize our value chain, in fact, based on this social listening. And in fact, we can learn about a given product, all these properties, not only product description from the manufacturer. This is what I'm saying. I mean, the contextual search is very enriched. In fact, the search space is enriched with a lot, much more, data sources, which are not necessarily internal to the company.
Yes.
And that's also how we can personalize a session even without the customer logged in and identify him or herself.
Yes, very
Which,
interesting.
yeah, which is, from the GDPR and from the trustworthy AI, from the AI Act perspective, we can still personalize, a service without looking after personal information, which is really good property.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
privacy preserving solution, in fact. We don't need to know your previous history of purchase, blah, 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 etc. And we can discuss more even about personalization in this context. We have investigated a lot.
Yeah, and it is, yes, actually very, very interesting, especially with, as you said, and as you mentioned in your talk about trustworthy AI and how to integrate this in the search engine. And maybe also this could lead to maybe in the future, and also with your case where you have, as you said, physical stores. So how do you think this Gen AI and contextual search can be can go from the website, from the virtual world to the real world, like with the interaction with the products and even maybe digital content on social media, etc. How do you see that?
Meaning, I'm not sure to catch your point. Is it about how we use it in the store or something else?
Yes, like not only using the contextual search engine on the website, but also
Oh,
to
in
continue
store.
the user experience in store. Yes, and in the
Yes,
future.
yes, definitely, definitely. In fact, it is also, in fact, multi-channel aspect because we would like to be able to really um, find I mean, um, be connected to the user, understand the intent of the user, whatever the channel is. Okay, so if the customer identify him or herself, it's even, we can even more connect, stuff. But even in the store, because sometimes we don't have sufficient people in terms of teammates in the store, customer can already have a um, connected uh, services in store, and they can get advice about what they can in fact um, how they can because again it's how can I practice a sport in a good way. In fact, it's very close to a virtual vendor, meaning even if you
Mm.
come to search for a product and it's not available or something else, in fact we are able to let you know that you can discover the product catalog with new product that you did not know. It's like virtual vendor. uh, it can tell you, okay, this product, because we have the explainability, I didn't mention that. We
Ah,
have a
okay.
button that can explain why we are recommending this product for you, even though you don't know this product. So we explain
Mm.
that, yeah, we recommend this product for you because it's useful for this, for respirability, for this property, because it
Mm.
corresponds to your query. And you didn't know that this product is useful for you, in fact. And we can also bring accessories that comes with this sport practice. You see what I mean?
Oh,
So
yes,
yeah, it exactly, meaning that's why it's not product centric, it's sport experience centric.
yes.
That help definitely the discoverability of the catalog also.
Understood, understood, and it's a very nice idea, and it shows how AI can be used in an innovative way in order to
Absolutely.
keep the customers so that they come back and they buy again and again and get that what they want, and
Yeah,
also what they need as well. Not only.
yes, yes, Saunders. And again, the point is on trustworthy AI. Why indeed we have the explainability, we have the guardrails of the. It is also when we establish this trust relationship with the customer, because if we bring bad advices to our customers, they will not come back.
Yeah,
So
for
we would
sure.
like to offer them the best, experience. Meaning, for a beginner, for example, he may not be careful about, oh, I need this accessory for this kind of sport in this situation, in this climate. And we advise him, think about, okay, you were asking about only, let's say, the sneakers or jacket, but don't forget the light, if you will do multiple day hiking, for example. So
Yes.
in fact, we suggest really useful stuff that the customer didn't thought about.
Yes, exactly. Yes. So it's beyond what they want. It's also what they need. That's great. Yes.
That's why we
Uh,
call it sport experience
mhm.
centric
Understood.
search.
Okay. Maybe one last question. Okay. So considering you are a member of the Interministerial AI Expert Committee
Yeah.
for the French government, uh, why do you think generative AI is considered as a critical area of focus for government level strategy? And what do you think, or what do you see as the biggest societal benefits and risks associated with generative AI?
Oh, this question can take half an hour.
Maybe a short answer.
Oh my God. Yes. In fact, GenAI, as I told you, in fact, powerful technology, which is the case of GenAI, requires a lot of responsibility from our side. So we should be very careful because, you know, hallucination, misuse, and abuse of this kind of technology can happen if we don't pay attention, if we really we don't bring, you know, transparency. I mean, a lot of property around, it could be misused. Okay, so and the misuse, it also, you know, that's why we think that trustworthy AI is a very important component for business growth. So it's not only for human rights, but it's also, you know, first of all, it's for trust relationship that we have with our customer. And it's, I mean, this is for Decathlon, but as a interministerial, you know, role, it's important to pay attention to the impact on society, meaning if we deploy such powerful, we were in like a dilemma of discussion. Oh, is it considered high risk? Oh, is it, you know, existential risk? You know, there was a lot of discussion worldwide, by the way, on these topics. So the idea is really to demystify, to make it more accessible to the large public, to demystify what's in there, to say that still it's very useful for humankind, but we need to pay attention at the same time. It's not, yeah, go and do what you want, and there is no risk. We should be careful, not careful, responsible. That's it in the deployment. So that's why, from the governmental perspective, there is a responsibility in such, you know, large scale deployment in multiple, you know, contexts. So yeah, and I think also the most important, one of the most important recommendation was about raising the awareness of the large public about, you know, the benefits and how to, you know, lower and to be far from the risk sources also in the same time.
Thank you. So the word that
This is the short,
the short answer, yes. I'll give you the shorter again, is the word responsible. I think that's the key word here in what you said.
yes,
Yes,
absolutely.
so that's what we need to keep in mind. Okay, so maybe one last, not question, but request. So it would be, if you can, in French. So si vous pouvez, s'il vous plaît, en français, donnez juste un mot à notre communauté de Morocco AI, s'il vous plaît.
Oh, bah, écoutez, je suis, et je vous l'ai déjà dit, donc je suis vraiment ravie et enfin, je suis vraiment très contente et surtout beaucoup de sentiments positifs en fait vis-à-vis de la communauté. L'écosystème marocain me semble, en tout cas c'est mon point de vue, assez protégé. Et enfin, quand je dis assez protégé, c'est-à-dire euh, a suffisamment les bonnes conditions pour le développement à la fois de l'innovation, le développement économique, le développement entrepreneurial. Il y a cette, moi je dirais, cet écosystème qui est très vivace, qui est stable et qui permet vraiment à ces initiatives d'innovation d'être encouragées avec les bons moyens. Et ça me, je suis vraiment ravie de ça. Et c'est pour ça que voilà, j'ai voulu participer à votre événement cette fois-ci. Mais en tout cas, beaucoup d'encouragement et j'entends déjà beaucoup de signes énormes en termes d'activité et de dynamisme de cet écosystème et c'est parfait. Il faut continuer. Voilà. Ne changez rien.
Merci beaucoup. Merci pour vos encouragements et merci d'être là avec nous. Switch again in English. So, thank you again, Dr. Boujemaa. Ben Hajel Boujemaa Nozha, for accepting our invitation and for being here with us today and giving us an industry perspective of how AI can be used for contextual search in e-commerce. And we truly appreciate all what you shared with us today, whether it's concerning your experience with Decathlon or also your very inspiring career. And I truly believe that our audience really enjoyed your talk. So thank you again for joining us. And hopefully we will see you in maybe other editions of the conference or other upcoming activities of Morocco AI. We will be always happy to have you with us. Thank you again. And
Thank
for
you,
our
Sundus.
thank you. And for our audience, I hope, as I said, you enjoyed the talk with Dr. Boujemaa. Please stay with us. In a few minutes, there will be the other continuity of our program with the other upcoming speaker. So please stay with us and see you in a few minutes. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.